Hi, my name is Trevor, founder of 360 Telemetry, and today I'd like to show you our platform for monitoring your remote devices called MyM2M Web. So let's get started and log in. Once we log in, we're presented with a dashboard. The dashboard is customizable per user, so that user can see charts and other information they're interested in. Also on the dashboard is a map. Now, the map contains the location of every device we're allowed to manage and monitor. You'll see that on the circles is a number. The number is the number of devices in that region. So let's click on one here in Europe. And let's say we're interested in a device in the Paris region. So we can see that there are 5 devices in this area. So we'll click on the Paris region and we're now zoomed in to our 5 devices. So we'll look at this particular device here by clicking on its map marker. We can see the unique device serial number now, or the device ID. And we're presented with 5 options, the first of which is charting. So let's click on that. Okay, so we're immediately presented with a chart for temperature. But this device also monitors 4 other channels. So let's add them also. So let's add humidity. You'll see it now appears on the chart along with temperature. We'll add ultraviolet, we'll add wind, and we'll add pressure. We can now see that all 5 channels are on the same chart. There's an axis for each channel over here. We can also disable the channels by clicking on the series link at the bottom, if the chart became too cluttered, for example, and we can enable them again. We can zoom in on a region we're interested in using the mouse to drag. So let's drag another region we want to zoom in on. We can now see that the individual data points start to appear on the chart. If we mouse over a data point, we'll see its exact timestamp and exact value. We can also hold the Shift key on the keyboard and pan by dragging the mouse. So panning forward in time and back in time. We can also use the scroll wheel on the mouse to zoom in and out of the chart. So let's go back to the map marker. And let's click on the map marker once again. And this time we'll click on alarms. We're now presented with the alarm state for each channel. An alarm is when a value exceeds a high threshold or goes below a low threshold. So here, for example, we can see that humidity and ultraviolet have exceeded their high threshold, while wind and pressure have exceeded their low threshold. Temperature is within threshold. From here, we can also configure the alarm. You see here we can set the high point and the low point, and we can add contacts. There's already a contact defined here. We'll add another one. And now we have a second contact. These contacts get notified when an alarm event occurs for this channel, in this case temperature. Also, if we click on the table, we will get a complete alarm history for that channel. We can see here all the alarm events that have occurred on this channel. We also get a graph on the left, and the graph also has the high alarm point and the low alarm point marked on the graph. We can acknowledge these alarms to say that somebody has seen them on the system. And we can also click on the event itself to zoom in on the graph to where that occurred. For example, this high alarm event here should have occurred around here where the value has exceeded the high threshold. So let's see if it does. Yep. So at this point here, the remote device would have recorded this value exceeding high threshold. It would have logged that and immediately connected to the server and sent all its data. So then the user would have got notified of the alarm event immediately or very soon after it occurred. So that's alarms. So let's go back to our map and let's click on the device marker again. And this time we'll click on configuration. Configuration items are items that we set here on the website that are going to get downloaded to the remote device. So the sort of things we would set here are things like the server name, where the device connects to, things like the logging interval, how often it logs data, the upload interval, how often it connects to the server, and any other data items we might want to set here and have downloaded to the remote device. Also, we can disable channels to stop them logging data and raising alarms. We can also apply a calibration table to a channel so that we could linearize some raw data, let's say. We can configure the alarms we looked at previously from this point also. And we also get a status for the configuration. The down arrow means that the item has been changed here on the website. The up arrow means the item was changed on the remote device and uploaded here to the server. The pending status here means that the value was changed here on the server but has not yet been collected by the remote device. So that's configuration. So let's go back to our map marker again. And let's click on the map marker once again. And the last option is device information. So let's click on that. Now we can see information pertaining to this device. We can see the unique device serial number, its firmware version, which is the version of software running on the remote device, its battery level status, its signal strength if it's on a mobile network, its data usage. Data usage is important on a mobile network as keeping it below a certain threshold is imperative. We can also see notifications that were sent out from the server as a result of data sent to the server about this device. We can also record notes. And we have a record of that note forevermore. So that's using the site from the dashboard map. On the left hand side here also you'll see that there are other ways of managing the devices. If we click on map, we'll get presented with a full screen map. Now this is very useful on mobile devices, on your smartphones or your tablets, where screen size is at a premium. The site is fully mobile friendly. Also, if we click on areas, you can see that we can group the devices. In this particular example, we've grouped the devices into continent, but you could use any other grouping mechanism, for example, grouping by sales territory or by customer or by distributor. If we click on the Europe area, we'll see that once we're into a group, we're presented with our familiar map zoomed in on the devices for that area. We also have a table containing all the devices in that group. We can search within any of the fields in the table. Let's say we knew some of the serial number. You can see that the number of devices starts to reduce to match the search criteria. We've only got 4 devices here now. If I type some more of the serial number, we're down to just the 1 device. So another example, if we knew some of the address, let's say if we type Paris, you'll see that only devices containing Paris, in this case in the address field, remain. We also can see the icons we used previously on the map marker. They're also available to use from here. If we click on any of these devices, you'll see that the map will zoom in on that device. That's it for this quick demo. We'd love to do an interactive demo with you or a web conference where we'd be happy to discuss in more detail your project needs. And please feel free to go to our website and use the demo yourself. The demo is at demo.360telemetry.com. Thank you for your time.